Alright, this is going to be a little bit long-winded, but it's can explain if you download the file or if you purchase the kit. I'm going to tell you how to build, more or less. So, Thunderchild. It's a FDM bed. I'll put some Mod Podge on there and some sand and stuff. Just let that go hard with a little bit of black and stuff to detail the impact. The front part of the boat, Thunderchild, is red, see-through. Now everything, not everything, but the main bits are all magnetised. So, back part of the boat, two 5mm magnets, 5mm magnets, everything is 5mm magnets, 5mm magnets, and makes battery change and assembly real easy. So you got, connect that together, and then a top hole. Nice back to front. Just sits on top. This self-supports it pretty well. When you do build it and you print it yourself, make sure you cure all this, because otherwise you'll get a little bit of bending in here if it's too soft. So you want to keep that as rigid as you can. Or if you can't, like my one there, it didn't cure properly 100% and it had a bit of a sag in it, I'm just going to re-drill this slightly more on the piss so it sits the boat more upright, and that will just counteract the slag, and then it'll be the refraction through the water. The reason the boat sits off the ground, because this is all based off the album cover. The water height on the Martian is about here on the leg. So for that, the boat has to sit at the same height as the legs. And it made no sense having the boat on the ground unless you chop off the feet. Which you can do if you like. You can chop it all apart and chop the legs off. But this is how it's presented. You only, literally, if you wanted to, you could just grab that file. You don't need the tripod because it's a standalone set. I think it looks cool as an option, but anywho, so these are the parts. You got all your guns. Each gun is hollowed out. Where the barrel is, I'll show you on this one. So all the barrels are all hollowed out so they actually look like they're functional. Adds a little bit more realism to it. All your funnels, everything's pretty real self-explanatory in the end. Like with your lifeboats, you got the two with the holes which fit the hangers, and the hangers go in the holes there, and then on the other side. They're numbered. It's literally from the back of the boat. I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, but I don't think it matters. You can throw them anywhere you like. Now your masts, literally you only have one full mast. On the album cover you've got a broken mast, and then the shards of the mast, if you really look closely at the album cover, they're actually laying down on the deck of the boat. I've moved around so they're not laying how they should, but you get the idea. But you can actually download, well, in the file it's all set up and you can download 2 masts if you want to run 2 masts, but see that one there's the broken one. So actually you'll get your first part goes in there. Second part in there. Now you got to position it right because there's a little hanger. Yeah, you can just make out the hanger there. Well, that sits the mast sits on that. Oop. Don't stand on that because that'll break. Yep, so you want to stick the little hanger, you want to stick that facing the front of the boat. And then the mast sits on that, and then you just put a little bit of super glue on that. And then you got your top. Your top one has a little hanger on it as well for the smaller part. And that actually sits in there. I'm not going to do that now because I've got one hand. So that's pretty straightforward. Funnels. Look at the album cover, and that will tell you the directions of how they sit. I actually went off memory, so I'm not actually 100% sure if I got it right. I haven't checked, but I didn't ever glue it. I just set them there. So I really glue lots of things just in case I change my mind. So yeah, so check the album cover because that will tell you the direction of your funnels. All right. Your turrets. It's quite funny if you never realised the turrets are actually non-functional, as in the sense that they don't turn, because if you look how they're built, they're almost hard up against the top section, and really there's no room for movement. But as the album cover goes, right, so that is basically more or less. So you got all the props. You go out the back. Yeah, the next version has bigger ones. Right, so on to the big tripod. Right, I should probably make this into 2 videos. So I'll do the tripod next.